Hello everybody and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. Today I am going to try and answer the question for you, is Simic good in Alchemy specifically? I've been playing around with a ton of Simic decks to see if we can find something that will even compete at the moment with the meta. Things what we're looking at is a lot of mono red. So I figure we should be okay against mono red because we can get bigger things out quite quickly, hopefully before they can kill us, with the goal of getting out one Titan of Industry and gaining some life back, blah blah blah. The things that I think we may struggle against are the combo decks. So, we've got Jund combo and life gain combos out there at the moment. The reason I think we might struggle is because Simic doesn't really have much destroy. It's got a lot of return to hand or potentially counter spells, but it doesn't disrupt that well. So those can potentially hit their combos before we can do anything, and then obviously we lose the game. So, what are we playing with regards to Simic today? I am running a fight rigging based deck. The idea really is we're pairing fight rigging with primarily Reservoir Kraken. The reason this combo works very nicely is fight rigging can be played on turn 3, which then can play into turn 4 Reservoir Kraken. This Reservoir Kraken is very, very difficult to remove. It has Ward 2 and 6 toughness, so it's not being removed by any burn. It's hard enough to remove on turn 4 with a flat destroy spell. If they've got an Infernal Grasp and it's held open for mana, they can get rid of it, otherwise not really. So yeah, this is our nice combo. We're also running several other big creatures that can trigger the fight rigging. We've got 2 Hollow Henge Wranglers, which has 6. And then these two don't quite trigger it on the first turn, but they trigger it at all. The reason we're running Oyaminatok, Polar War Bear, is because it's new. So this is a 4-costing legendary giant bear. It's a 4/5 and it has hexproof if it hasn't dealt damage yet. So you don't often see hexproof being printed on cards these days. Hexproof if it hasn't dealt damage is obviously it's not hexproof, but it means it will stick on the board, so hopefully it'll be a good fight rigging target because we can build it up and it has hexproof. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create a food token. Blue, sacrifice food and draft a card from its spellbook. When you do a triple blue and spend this only to cast blue creature spells, it won't surprise you to know the spellbook is all blue creature spells, and it's got some big and interesting blue creatures in there, such as Pursued Whale and things like that. Spined Megalodon. The Archipelago, Pouncing Straw Shark are both very nice mutate spells. Chunkwind, which has affinity for tokens. Whenever tokens enter the battlefield, taps make they control. There's all sorts of things we can sort of do with the outcome from the spellbook, but really we're using it as a 4/5 hexproof body that we can build up fight rigging in this deck. Also being able to produce foods is nice against mono red because it can just serve as life gain. Our big payoff is Titan of Industry. That should be no surprise really. This gains life, it destroys enchantments, so particularly nice against Cabaretti Rebels or things like Anvil. We're running 3 Stompers to ramp us if we don't get the fight rigging. 3 Jaheira Harper Emissary. This is a 2/3 Human Elf Druid for 2. It has hexproof from artifacts and enchantments and specialises for 2. When it specialises, destroy up to 1 target enchantment or artifact. So this basically, and it gains 4 life or scries 2, depending on the colour we use. This is really nice for getting rid of Cabaretti Rebels and being a 2/3 blocking body that we can start sticking counters on the fight rigging. 3 Jawari Disruptions to try and get us to be able to get the rigging combo off and to provide some more land for the deck. 1 Glasspool Mimic, again more land for the deck. We can copy the Titan or we can copy the Stomper. 4 Fading Hopes to bounce back all the stuff to people's hands. 3 Tenacious Pup to buff these 2 creatures if we're trying to use them to get the rigging to pop off, but also because it's a 2 toughness body, which against the current mono red meta is actually pretty decent. So I think Tenacious Pup could see a resurgence in the next couple of weeks, at least while mono red is being played so much. So that's what I have thrown together to have a go with today. We're going to play a couple of games. I've starting at Diamond 4 this week, so it will be interesting to see what people are trying to climb the ladder with and how we fare against them. So going to have some games now and see how we get on. Okay, so, 2 payoffs in this hand doesn't make it that appealing. I've got a pup, but nah, this is bad. This is what we're talking about. Put that on the bottom. Kick it off with the hole. Then we watch them try and fail to remove this trampling kraken. Probably just another kraken. We'll be able to cast this one unless we draw another land. Or this, sadly. Which kind of put us a little bit low. We have got an untapped land. That's nice. Now we're double krakened. I would say these krakens are virtually impossible to remove for mono red. You're not getting a 6 damage on the spell, and it's ward 2, so you can't really cast two things on it. So the plan is going to be burn me to the face. And then what we need to do is get a Titan under our next fight rigging and gain some life back, and then we're pretty good. We can start attacking. It'll even cost you 5 just to dramatically use krakens. Royal to the face, more royal to the face. I need that Titan. That's one thing we don't want under the fight rigging, so we can move that to the bottom. That. We can generate some food from next time, maybe. If we survive another turn. I mean, we've had 2 royal eruptions. And this one's just fully hexproof. Those outcasts are never getting big enough to... Yeah. We've got 15 damage on the swing back. They can only block 4 at the moment, which leaves them on 11. That's if we don't attack with this, which we will. And we've got at least 3 more damage. They need to basically finish us. Which means they need to do 4 to the face with 2 red mountains. It's not possible. Even if they tap this using the outcasts, we just create a fish to block with. I suppose they can get a treasure off Big Spender and then have 3 mana. Might be possible to do 4 of that. So they're going to have to tap both their creatures. Fading her. Of course, we got the Titan to our hand. offered us a 5-1 more time, maybe. No, they only had one creature to tap. Probably not. GG. Next game. Ugh, 2 payoffs with no fight rigging, but can't always get fight rigging in the opening, right? These are pretty good for stalling, getting us there. Then the bugbear, so probably more mono red. In theory we should be okay against, because we've got some early creatures, we've got some delay, and then we've got some big stuff to put down which they can't deal with. Fight ring just makes our stuff bigger. That's difficult for mono red. Being able to like kick this back to them is a big advantage. Don't need that. It's a bit easy to kill this, but we don't really want to ramp. So, fight rigging. Guess we'll take the guys back. And I'll probably hold this back because we've got a couple of them. Basically, it's going to be delay. Easily win against this mono red deck. Okay, here's my fight rigging target. Nice for a Kraken at the top. No. I've got another pup too. Make it one more bigger. 3-4. More molten impacts would deal with it there. Yeah, I guess they can swing. Oh. Not sure why we didn't put this counter on the Raiju. Another fight rigging. Got a Titan to put under this one. Next time we can get a Titan up, as long as we order those correctly. And our tenacious pup lives. Cranking us with our pup. Need to defend going forwards. Yeah, we'll then be putting Warren Claps next turn. So put them the other way around. Get the Titan. There's a counter on it, 5 life, and a 4/4. And obviously we've got a 7/8 Vigilance, 8/8 Vigilance Trample. I think that's it. Nice. Okay, it's got the beating of mono red, I think. Let's keep going. Okay. Ica 4, nearly a mythic already. Nice going. Pretty nice. So we can play the forest and the crossroads. And wait for our fight rigging. Mono red, more mono red, mono red, mono red. That little bit of extra life from the pup is good. Sadly they get their second house. Play this one out for the moment. Less obvious that we have a counter if we don't There's the rigging, but I think we could be dead. Unless this gets a Titan under it and we survive. It does not get the Titan. Probably dead. Could have taken at least 8, yeah. So 11. All they need to do is top us. We're not beating that. One off finding the Titan. That extra 5 life and another blocker would have done it for me. unfortunately, if the mono red deck goes first and gets the Tiefling in that opening hand, we are going to struggle. Because there's always enough removal to get through the initial pup or whatever we put down. And then we're taking 4+ damage a turn, which doesn't give us long enough to build up a... Even if we can get the rigging combo off, it's... we're probably still dead with burn to face or just smoking us through with creatures. So yeah, it's tough. I mean, I reckon that's only, what is that, like half of games they'll have one Tiefling in their hand, and half of games they'll be on the play. So there's still 3/4 of games against mono red up for grab, and well, we've played 3 games 3 mono red so far. So let's start playing down this time. The bottom of Platens, the Doctor. Okay, that's a nice hand. Start with one of these crossroads. We shouldn't need Fading Hope on turn 1, but we almost certainly need it on turn 2 if we're playing against mono red. Yeah, that is probably good. We can hold for the Jawari. Yeah, get rid of Valky. Guess we're playing against a fight rigging deck. We'll take the Barn Trucks under that. Quite like that Wrangler because it gives me something to use for the fight rigging, but there's other stuff we can find, or we can use the Fading Hope if we need to get it back to our hand. Get rid of that forest. So they can see the Jawari in our hand and they're still choosing to do that. Means we can bounce the Valky as well and then play out the Hollowhenge. I think that's just basically misplays from our opponent. They can see everything we have and they still chose to do as they did. GG. We beat the other fight rigging deck. I mean, they never got fight rigging and they misplayed, but nice. Your opponent can be any kind of person from any kind of background. Magic is for everyone. That is what I'm hoping. That's why I've gotten into this video creation game, because I do think it is for everyone. And I think it's one of those games that you can play to as deep a level as you like. You can be serious, you know, like I would count myself as, or you can just play it casually and it's still loads of fun. Like you can take it to whatever level you want. That's what's nice about it. The problem is, I guess the entry cost is probably puts it out of some, or you know, a few children or young children at least. But hey, waiting for a long time. I guess it's being in the Alchemy queue up at Diamond by it's the 3rd of August. It's struggling to pair me with people. Darth Tigger, another diamond pull. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Start with this Dream Root so that we can definitely play something on turn 2. More mono red, perhaps. But if nothing else, we can specialise this next turn and kill the rabbit battery. If they don't murder my poor Harper emissary. Yeah, waste on your burn. Sadly, no land. Classic. 2 lands on the play. you've got what, like a 65-70% chance of getting a land, but it's like a third of the time you won't get one in the first 2 turns. No. I guess we're not going to play that game. Yeah, we should use 2 of those. If we use the Stomper, then we could definitely play the Alchemy. Which is, I think, where we want to be. We don't need any more, do we? We get 2. Obviously we can't block this turn, but we wouldn't have been able to block playing rigging anyway. This way I'm guaranteeing ourselves to good block this turn. Or use some burnout. They didn't attack. I don't know if they didn't realise the Stomper wasn't blocked. No, it's definitely getting worse for them though. I like this with fight rigging, because whilst it isn't a one-turn job that other creatures are, it kind of fits into the curve nicely and will draw you the big things that were going to be your payoffs by the time you can afford them anyway. And obviously it's big and it has trample built in, which is nice for rigging. Yeah, get a 5-drop now. There's an even bigger creature to replace it. Pretty nice. So we've got a land, so we can Vorinclex. We're not dying next turn. Let's Vorinclex and go in. Mono red are realising this. I didn't want to steal this one. You can't attack with this one. You can double fight rigging now. Which actually is going to be a 10 turn. They've seen enough. Mono red down. Let's try again. Okay. Nula. Bit more diamond play, which is nice. So we have to play these 2 in the first 2. So we'll start with this on green. And fight ring. Sweet. So we can play blue, play pop, rigging, kraken. Nice. Can block the initiate. Is this mono white? It is mono white. Can't play everything. But we've got another 3 mana play at least. Make a Stomper at 5/5. Not that helpful, but not helpful right now, I should say. Most certainly will be helpful. We're taking quite a bit of heat, but I always should have blocked the 1. I always forget to block the 1/1. Such a moron. So do we play the Kraken? Yeah, I think we play the Kraken. Whilst they can tap it, do they want to? Give us more creatures? Not sure. I'm going to tap the ray down. What a chunk. Can't take too much damage here. Let's hope for something good out the back of this rigging. We could copy the Stomper with the Mimic. I think that might be the best thing. to get one more land and it brings online our other Stomper. Pulls one more land out of our deck. This is the do you have an underline in your hand test? And they say no. Well, it's more difficult for them to attack now, for sure. Bet they wish they played that earlier. Yep, we've got no reach. But we can handle 2 a turn, well 4 a turn I suppose it will be. It's just less handleable. Okay, we can block that. So we can double block with our Stompers. I know they haven't even played this on the Valmira side, we don't need to double block. We can single block with this and this. That seemed a bit silly to me, but what do I know? Could be swinging with the Hall, but they've got good blockers at the moment. So we want to put this on the Stomper probably, as that is what we want to be attacking with. So we've got 14 we're swinging with. We can't lethal this turn, so I would not attack with the Kraken if I had the option. They've taken the option from me anyway. Obviously the Stomper is a hard block for them. Yeah. Creatures they don't want to lose dying. Well, maybe they do want to lose them, I don't know. Yeah, I mean we're killing all of them anyway. They're just keeping the flyers. Interesting, they probably have another Thalia in their hand in this case. We've managed to put another Trampler down. So, what have we got on board now? 14 damage at the moment. The vigilance on the red down is nice because it means they can keep our Kraken tapped down, I suppose. Yeah, on the alpha. So even if they tap the Kraken, we win. That was close. They kind of gassed out of land, but they did play a lot of creatures early on to make up for it. That was nice. Another aggro deck we can beat, or at least have beaten. Let's try again. Rin. Okay. We've got a rigging. That is good enough for me. We haven't really got anything in the first few turns. So if we're doing the whole mono red thing, we could be a bit slow. Let's see. We've got 12, 16, 22, 26% chance of drawing something under a 2-drop, under a 3-drop each time, so not too low when you times it by 2. Not quite how statistics work, it gives you a rough idea. Get one that time, but it doesn't look like we're against the quickest deck against the Curse-bound Witch. Okay. Black-red often struggles against enchantments unless they're playing Feed the Swarm, which some people are these days. Speed. That's nice for them, not for us. Let's see what we can find there. Jesus, we're not getting anything good, are we? Probably the Mimic. We have to have a creature down to trigger the rigging, so we know we're not missing in that sense. We can always decline it until we've got it tightened down some other way. Hexproof flame. So we've got one more crack at a rigging. Unless they somehow remove a 5/6 hexproof. Yeah, we could, put this rigging down, make sure we order right. See what this has to offer. This only creates one monster in there, so let's see if they want to put this in, I suppose. Give themselves a buffer. So we can actually kill the Wake or the Anvil if we want to. The Wake is probably better. Oh, nice. I mean, we can kill the other one with the Titan, so I guess we're killing both. Don't want them getting any triggers off that. So this one we want to go afterwards, and then next time we can trigger the glass pool and get another Titan. They've seen enough. They have definitely seen enough. Okay. Right. See if we can level up our diamond rank against Noble Murloc. Well, we've got the Kraken and the rigging and a disruption. What more could I ask for? I guess one fewer Kraken and one fading hope. That's what I could ask for. Yeah, especially against this shit. Yeah, well, unlikely to want two of these smaller red, because once we get to 3, we're going to have to start our curve and see if we can survive on the draw. Oh man, against the 2 of them? I'm not sure. That's 9 damage next turn. Look at this bullshit, man. This is what I went out on Twitter and said it's unbeatable if you start with 2 of these now. Look. 14 damage. How roll. And like literally, turn 2 will be down to 4. It's a shame, but sometimes it happens. Okay, let's pretend that last game against Mono Red didn't happen. Sadly, if you're on the draw, sometimes you're gonna get stomped. Less likely to be stomped, but also less likely to get our combo off. Got a rigging. Any hand with a rigging is good. Nice. Red, white. Okay, life gain combo. At least this deck doesn't just fold into that like the mono red one does. Or if you can't remove their stuff early on, eventually it's just bad time. Just in case any Aberrated Rebels is coming out next turn, we can specialise Jahira, throwing away one of these. Although they can't Rebels, they don't have red and green. They've put this on red when they had planes, unless they just topped the planes and figured they want it. So I'm just out the old school way. Just old school game. One of those. So this becomes a 3/4, so it only gains 1 power, specialising. Could see a Rebels now. Could just see them try to get above 27 now. Which they've done. Shit. The problem with this deck, the fail case, even if you don't get the Rebels, it's still good. I think we're dead. Taking 8. Gaining some more life. We got 7/7. What the fuck are you supposed to do about this? Like honestly, except unless you've got like Divine Purge, you're just dead. GG. What a fun game. Okay, I've actually removed 2 Decisive Denials and added 1 Fading Hope and 1 Seek New Knowledge. I think Seek New Knowledge for better chances of finding the rigging or answers to whatever's happening, and 1 more Fading Hope because bouncing stuff seems to be our only chance of dealing with all the chaos coming down in the first 2 turns that seems to be happening. And the Decisive Denials, I don't know, like they're good against control, but I mean we literally don't see control, so we're better off gearing ourselves against control and losing those matches and giving ourselves a better chance in the aggro matches, I think. So that is the plan, but I might even have to go further with that, put more bounce things in the deck, because the plan was to use Decisive Denial to fight with the like stompers and things, but it's already too late by turn 4. Like a fight with a stomper isn't enough by then. The aggro is too real, so let's see. No. Too many payoffs, not enough of the other stuff. Now we've got a rigging, and then we've got a bunch of stuff we cannot play, so we're going to keep it. We just draw a green land in the first 3 turns. Preferably 2, but yeah. Or a green land and a Kraken. Don't like to have to mulligan, but like, we're not playing that many payoffs, right? Why we draw them? That is not a green land. Okay. I mean it's a land, so we're not missing a land drop, but it is not helpful. Okay, let's kick this back and get rid of that. That has got green. We would have loved a Titan there. Yeah, guys, back alpha, at least in 1 more turn. We'll be able to get our nice fish boy out. The live game's gonna happen though so hard. Look at this. How is this fun? Can't even attack now, can we? Top deck a fading. But look, all the while we're looking not veterans out. Well, we can just about attack, but Jesus. Yeah, GG. I do not know how to beat this life gain deck with blue-green. Is it even possible? Okay, positive energy. Let's see if we can. Let's see how we can do against whatever we end up with. Okay. Not the finest opener, but it'll do. Okay, it's the giant combo. We need untapped land. I'm going to take the chance that I get one more untouched. Where is the good stuff? Sigh. This is not... Where are all my titans? I've looked through so many cards. Come on, deck. I've looked through 22 cards and haven't found one. Well, no, 20 cards. Come on. Every goblin trap finder in the deck, which then means I don't know how you win at that point. Simic could be out. If you can't, if there's like what I would call aggro combos around, it's not like a late game combo, it's an aggro combo. Then Simic just, I don't know, what can you do? You can't forever bounce things. And you can only play Jwari Disruptions, really. Try find another Titan. What is going on here? I found every fight ringing and not a single Titan. This is so weird. There you go. Let me blow up all of your trap lines for you. Ding ding ding. I've just got to hope that for whatever reason they don't manage to combo this time. And then we've got enough trample damage. Because we've got 20 trample damage. And we can counter the last thing. So this is now creating 3 treasures, yeah. And they've got a Bergie, so it can create 4 treasures, so effectively. Yeah, the combo's happening. Okay, the Simic is out. Let's have a quick look at the stats. Okay, here it is on untapped.dgg. So can Simic be good? Well, 14 games, 57% win rate. I think even that is being generous. I think, yeah, it's good against mono red, which is a lot of what you play against at the moment. Mono red, but it just cannot beat these combo decks. These are also those combo decks. Oh, this was this combo deck. Can't beat life gain. It's just too fast for us. The only thing we can do is kick stuff back to their hand indefinitely with Fading Hope, but then even then, yeah, I don't feel like it's quite the power level it needs to be once you get the payoff with the Titan. It's good if you can kill a Revels, or it's good if you kill, you know, gain life against red, but it's not good enough to beat an aggro combo deck, not enough at the time. So in answer to the question, can Simic be good? I would say it can be, but is it presently the deck to be playing? Probably not. I mean, what I'm probably going to try next is something that can beat red and has a chance against the combo decks. That's what we're looking for, really. So I'm still not going to join them, but we are going to beat them somehow. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful and informative in some way. If you did watch to the end, thank you so much. It does mean a lot. And please do subscribe. Until next time, bye for now.